Good evening, everybody. You see me on camera now. So sorry for the chin whiskers. I've been off for the last 3 days, and I didn't feel like shaving. So, what are you going to do? So I wanted to take a few minutes this evening and talk about model glues and their applications, and their uses and so forth. And some of this, you old timers, you guys that have been around and doing this hobby for a while, of course you understand this. So this is kind of geared more for the beginner, the starter in the hobby. So what we're going to look at to begin with is the actual model glue, the plastic glues themselves, the model cement, we used to call it. Now, I'm ashamed to say that I do not have an example of a tube cement, mostly because it's horrible. You know what? I take that back. Voila! Yeah, the old-fashioned tester's model cement. It works, but it's horrible. So what does model cement do exactly? It actually dissolves a layer of plastic. Polystyrene is specifically designed for polystyrene. And those two pieces of plastic, when you join them together, those two liquid pieces of plastic, two layers of liquid plastic rather, loosened by the cement, form a bond when they dry. So it makes a relatively, I'm not going to say it makes a permanent seal. Obviously, it's not that strong, but it makes the bond between the two layers of plastic. Why is this stuff not that great? Number one, it's hard to get small quantities out. Number two, it leaves strings everywhere. It's a pain in the rear. Don't recommend it, but in a pinch, if you want to put a model together and this is all you have available, I guess it'll work. Now, a couple of my favorites. The old Tester's Liquid comes in a red bottle. This cement's been around a long time. Not bad. Has a nice applicator in the end of it. It's relatively hot. What we mean by hot is it's pretty strong, so it dissolves the plastic pretty quickly. It can damage plastic if you put down too much, but this is readily available. You can get this at Hobby Lobby and most hobby stores. Now, I'm not sure if it alternates between my first and second favorite, is the Tester's Model Master Cement. Now, this stuff comes with a metal applicator needle. This stuff is awesome. I use it quite a bit, probably 50-60% of the time, where I'm not concerned about removing detail. It is pretty hot. This stuff's pretty strong, but it is also at the same time pretty liquidy. It likes to flow in the joints. Works pretty well with capillary action, so I can absolutely recommend this product. Available pretty much any hobby store in the United States. And of course, you have this stuff, liquid tester cement in the bottle with a nice little brush applicator. Very similar, although it's more of a liquid type glue. This is good for joining seams on aircraft models, that sort of thing. One of the things I like to do with the hotter glues, for example, if you had something let me use this as an example. So you had a two-piece gun barrel for a tank model. So I apply a liberal amount of that liquid glue along the seam, squeeze it together, and it forms up a bead of that liquid or molten plastic, and then you just sand that off. It works quite well. Now, I recently became aware of this product, and it was recommended by one of my subscribers, Gentle Ben 94. Ben, if you're watching, how's it going, bud? Haven't heard from you in a while. And it's called Plastruck by Plastic Weld. This is not your ordinary cement. This is where you need the model cement or the model glue to actually strengthen the bond between the two pieces of styrene that you're trying to attach. For example, aircraft landing gear, road wheel suspension arms, and tanks and armored vehicles where it may be supporting some weight. That's what this glue is for. Haven't used it yet. Seen it used, but this is a good product. Also a little harder to find and quite a bit more expensive. Now, I save these two not necessarily for last, and that would be, the old favorite Tamiya Extra Thin. This stuff is awesome. It evaporates in seconds, uses capillary action wonderfully. The nice thing about Tamiya Extra Thin is if you're joining two pieces of plastic and there's going to be detail and this is going to be visible, you just take this stuff and you wipe it along the seam, and the glue, by capillary action, if you don't know what I'm talking about, gravity basically forces the glue to fall into the little nooks and crevices and so forth between the two pieces of plastic, once again to dissolve the plastic, creating that bond between the two pieces. And that's what capillary action does. It actually allows you to get an incredible bond. But the neat thing about this stuff is it evaporates so fast that you don't see it after it's done its job. Now, this is a relatively new bottle here. This is just regular Tamiya cement. This stuff's really good. It is super, super hot, though. Let me warn you there. It's very, very hot. I like it. I may end up using it to replace my old favorite Tester's Model Master cement. We'll see, but it does evaporate very quickly. Now, there's some other glues that we use for the hobby, besides just the regular modeling cement. And how about CA glue? You'll hear it referred to as that, or you'll hear it referred to as super glue, or its real name is cyanoacrylate. Took me forever to figure out how to pronounce that. And it's available in a bunch of different grades and bonds. Now, the one I use most frequently, and I don't care what brand it is, they're all basically the same, is the medium. The thicker this stuff is, the slower it dries, the more working times you use with it. Now, when do you use this stuff? Attaching photo etch, metal parts, things that obviously are not typically going to bond, plastic, where you don't have to worry about plastic to plastic. That's the application for super glue. So this is the medium bond. The instant stuff, I'm not even sure why I have it. I mean, this stuff is crazy. It comes out of the bottle and dries. I mean, it's that nuts. I don't know why in the world I even have this. And then there's the slow. It does have its application. I usually prefer the medium, but the slow, if you just need more time to kind of manipulate a piece or bend a piece of photo etch and then attach it to another piece of photo etch, and you just need 10 or 15 or 20 more seconds to do that, the slow is certainly there for you. And you may find this interesting. A lot of you guys are already aware of this product. So if you're so OCD or so, suffer from attention deficit order so bad that, you need modeling glue, to, CA glue or super glue to dry even faster, that's what Zip Kicker's for. Now, this stuff is crazy. Now, it's available in a spray. I have the bottle. I use an eyedropper to apply it. It's an accelerant, so it makes super glue dry instantaneously. And as crazy as that sounds, but yeah, so that's what it's for. So if I'm putting two little tiny fiddly pieces together and they're really hard to manipulate, and I don't want to have to sit there and hold it for 20 seconds for the glue to dry, a drop of this stuff and the CA glue or super glue will dry, I mean instantaneously. And it's kind of neat because when there's a chemical reaction between it and the CA glue, it gets hot briefly for just a few seconds. Now, last, and by certainly in no order, I want to talk about this is a water-based glue. It can be had simply as Elmer's glue in the United States. Microcrystal clear. You can actually use this to build small, clear windows. It also can work for photo etch. Now, Patrick McTighe, one of my subscribers and an excellent comment adder to my videos. Patrick, how's it going if you're watching? He suggested this, and I guess I kind of knew it, but I never thought about it. But this stuff can be used absolutely to attach PE, and it gives you a little more time to work with. So there's that. The clear part cement from Testers, it's the same stuff. You can tell it smells like Elmer's glue, when you open it, the old white glue. So this is by no means meant to be a completely all-encompassing, comprehensive list of glues or adhesives in general for our modeling hobby. Just kind of a brief guide. Certainly, if you guys have any questions, shoot me a question down in the comment. If you think maybe I left something out or maybe, didn't have something, I'm always open to suggestions. But thanks everybody for watching, and I appreciate once again the support of my channel, and I hope everybody has a great week. Take care. Bye-bye.